Hi, Solo Sue here. I wanted to make a video showing how to take BART, which stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit, starting from the San Francisco airport and going down to the San Francisco cruise terminal where you would get on your ship. On BART, you start at the San Francisco BART station and you go to the Embarcadero BART station. To make things easier before your trip, though, I recommend going on to the BART.gov, BART.gov website, so you can pay for your ticket and you won't have to hassle with this when you're actually dealing with the BART station and all of your luggage and anything else you might have to deal with when you travel. One thing I really recommend you check is the station schedules so that you know how often the trains are running on the date that you plan to be there. That can be very important. And personally, I would not recommend going on BART at night. It's really more of a daytime kind of a thing, just for safety's sake. So I wanted to check the schedule at the Embarcadero station at a particular time on a particular date, and you can see it's just drop downs. It's very easy to navigate, and then you can just pull the schedule up that lets you know how often the trains are running to a particular location. So if I was looking to return from the ship at 8 in the morning to get back to the San Francisco airport station, depending on when you do it, you may wind up having to take a train that goes via Millbrae, or you may be able to just pick one up that goes straight to the international airport, depending on, what time you go. But it's really good to be able to take a look and see what the schedules are going to be like for the time you're planning on using it. They used to issue paper tickets, and it was then easier to just go to the BART station and get that paper ticket from the machine. As I understand it, they're no longer issuing those tickets, so it's better to load the either load the Clipper app onto your phone, or set up Apple Pay and or Google Pay or whatever it is you want to do ahead of time, so you can just use your phone to pay your fare that way. And you can preload it with the amount that you need to, so that you have the right fare loaded there and you don't have to deal with it when you're actually in the BART station. It's quite convenient once you set it up. Now, it does say here on the website that the San Francisco airport station does sell paper tickets still, but it's still better to just take care of this because it's going to stop doing that eventually, and so you're only going to have Clipper as the option. To use this on your phone, once it's loaded and set up, all you do is tap your phone on the little Clipper symbol on the gates, and they will deduct the fare. It may take a couple of taps, but it will eventually work. So before you set up your phone to be able to take the Clipper card or app and all that sort of thing, you're going to want to know how much you want to load onto it. So you're going to do the fare calculator, and you're going to say, I'm going from San Francisco to Embarcadero. What time doesn't really matter. It's just going to put money on it, so it doesn't really matter. But you can choose a date and a time if you want to, and then click go. And you can see this is how much you need to load on your Clipper card or Clipper app. And the trip, of course, is going to be double that if you're going round trip. So you can also just calculate round trip and see what it's going to be, but it's basically twice the one way, of course. So if you're using it both directions, then you want to put both of them on at the same time and call it happy. Now that you know how much it's going to cost, and I do recommend that you check it each time because price changes since this video, so it could be different. You want to go over to the Apple Pay or Google Pay, whichever you want to use, and get started, and they've got step-by-step instructions on how to set it up. And once you set it up with the amount that you need to put on it, you should be ready to use it at the station. One thing that occurs to me, you do need this per person. You cannot share tickets. So we're beginning in the international terminal. You could begin at any terminal at all, and the process is relatively similar. You're going to first head towards the front of the terminal and start looking for those AirTrain signs. It's the AirTrain that takes you around the airport and will get you to the BART station location. These trains run pretty frequently. You won't have to wait very long. I don't think it's even 15 minutes. And then you want the red line train because that makes a loop around the terminals and the garages. The blue line train is going to take you all the way out to the rental car center, so you really don't want to waste your time with that. The sign shows the next stop. As you ride around the terminals, you get a nice little view of the surrounding areas. This is the map. You can see the red circle is the Red Line train's route. And we did start at International Terminal. And we are going to Garage G, which is the BART. It's really convenient. It just drops you directly inside the BART station. And you can go, and they do have machines so that you can pay for your fare if you haven't done so ahead of time. Apparently it'll give you paper tickets. I did not try. I didn't need to. I set it up on my phone, so it was fine. They do have escalators, but they also have elevators for people who need them. This is one of the kiosks where you can load your Clipper card or, get a paper ticket. Once you've got a way to pay your fare, you head towards the pay gates, which are these here. On the top is going to be the Clipper sensor, and you can tap your phone on it. I did not show it on film as the camera was actually clipped to my backpack, but it's straightforward. You just tap your phone. Now, I wasn't sure if you had to have the Clipper app open or not, but I did open it and make sure that it was ready to go before I actually tapped it. It still took 2 taps for it to recognize it, but it did eventually recognize it. The best part of this being the start of a line is that you're guaranteed a seat.
Stand clear at the doors.
attention, thank you all operators. Daly City, there'll be a train out by Bull Park to take you back that way, but as of right now, the train will not stop at the Daly City section. Apologize for the inconvenience.
I have cut out parts of this route just for brevity of this video, but here is the route, the full one, on Google Maps to let you know it is a total walk of 1.2 miles, and of course they estimate it's going to take 24 minutes to walk it. Just give you a ballpark. This little cafe was fun to go to. I went for lunch before I headed back. And you come around the corner, and here is the ship. And just past the fence is the port building.